Hey guys, I got the opportunity to do another review on the guide rod light from Dead Point Lights. I got to go up to Close Quarters Tactical and actually test this in their shoot house and be able to actually have an interview with Paul from Dead Point Lights. So I was able to answer some of the questions that you guys had and be able to get some more insight on the product itself. I also got to take a look at the Gen 5 and their green light. So check out the footage here and you guys can see some of that.
Hey, Paul and Zach here. Zach from Tactical Advisor. He actually did our first review on the Dead Point Light. We're actually at a place called Close Quarters Tactical, which is up the road from our corporate office. They've been very, very kind to allow us to use their indoor two-story shoot house, which we're actually standing in right now. Zach actually made the drive up from Ohio. Ohio people from Michigan, but made the drive up from Ohio. We're going to be checking out a couple different lights today. We're checking out the Block 17 Gen 4 in the shoot house. He's actually going to have a chance to run in the shoot house today and do some live fire. And we're going to be talking about the Gen 5 model coming up in a different colored light as well. So, Zach, it's all you.
Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and be able to test this light in a completely different situation than I was able to in the original video. We made one, and that was on our YouTube channel, but now we'll actually go to test this into more of a real-life situation. So we'll be able to see a lot more of the qualities and abilities of these lights. So we're going to go ahead and run through it now and see how it works. So I'm sitting here with Paul from the factory, and I actually got a Gen 5 Glock 19 here. I'm able to test out. This is one of the first ones that is able to be compatible with a guide rod, and they were able to figure it out. They're actually still in the testing period with it, so it's not released yet, but I'm able to go through and enjoy testing this out and seeing how well it works. So there's the green light you can see, and I'm going to have Paul tell you a little bit about the capabilities and why they chose a green light.
So the green light, there's different lights out there. Every light has a purpose. Obviously, you've got your super high output lumen ones, your 1,000 lumen weapon lights. You have your lower lumen weapon lights. The green light was a nice little mix because it's not as hard on the eyes. Okay. And it doesn't really rely on lumen output as well. And once we get in the house and you're running in the dark, you're going to see how it really highlights shadows. It really highlights features. I love it personally. I run in mine. It's awesome. So,
okay, imagine. I mean, just the simple times I've actually gotten to look at it, it's clearer to me.
Yep.
It's easier on your eyes.
It is. It is. And that's the thing with, when you look at a lot of the weapon lights that are out there, there's a ton of great companies that make them. Everyone's always shooting for this really, really high lumen output, which has its time and place as well. Our light's really made for EDC. It's meant for your everyday carry gun where you don't want to have a big bulky holster, you don't want to have that rail attached light, and that's why it's internal. Now, one of the things is when you have a small little area of real estate like we do, inside diameter that rod is about 5 millimeters, you don't have a lot of spot to put a lot of light in.
Yeah, oh for sure.
So right now we're pushing 90 lumens out of our white light. I'm actually rocking the Glock 17. It's clear right there, just so everyone knows. And it's 90 lumens. It's perfect for clearing room. That's what it's meant for. It's not meant to go coon hunting with. Okay, so you're not trying to draw something out of the tree with it, right? But it's meant for you need a light, right? 50% of our life is spent in the dark. Let's be frank. It's important to always have an option to be able to see in the dark, right? And you still have your space for your rail-mounted lights or lasers, whatever you want to do.
Yeah, oh for sure. And I was actually just talking with some buddies the other day about it, and it's funny that you mentioned the light output. I've had these guys, they have their lights on their guns, and they're like, what's the lumens on it? Mine's bigger than yours, mine's better than yours, and and the lights keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and I'm like, yeah, mine's a little less than yours, but it has the capabilities. My gun's still in this tiny package. If it's all my holsters that I want to run, it's perfect for everyday carry, like how I want to use it.
So, I mean, if you carry, I carry appendix personally. In the past, I've put weapon lights on, a Glock 19 or something like that, and you get, a custom holster that's going to cost you 80 to, up as much as you want. But I always found it to be uncomfortable because just with that extra bulk catches you on the inside of the thigh. I was never a fan of it, and there's times that I just take my weapon light off and I don't like that. I work an hour and a half away from where I live, and by the time I get home, it's dark. I would need to be able to see. That's
exactly.
Thing, so.
Exactly. So let's go over some of the questions that I personally had, and I know that a lot of people ask these questions.
Sure.
So first off is, do you want to show everybody how you guys turned it on and why you guys chose that method of doing that?
So the thing with this system is obviously it's internal. You couldn't be running wires on the gun. It's your EDC. You want slim, you want compact, you want something low pro. So what we did is we actually used something that's already in the gun. It's a takedown lever. Okay, and that's obviously what you use to take the gun apart when you go to clean it, etc. And it's very, very simple. When you install a dead point light, there's an extended takedown lever right here. You simply push it, and it turns off. And then when you return to the neutral position in the middle, it turns right off. Okay. The nice thing is it's already there. It's right next to where your hand's going to be. It's right next to your trigger, and you're not reaching forward to the front of the gun, etc. It's ambidextrous, so if you're a left-handed shooter, you're fine. If you're a right-handed shooter, you're fine. And what we also have found, and I'd love to say we designed it this way, but we didn't. It just kind of happened. If you run a nice tight Kydex holster, like a lot of us do, if you happen to forget to shut that light off, when you put it back in the holster actually pushes.
Okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
that's really cool.
Like I said, I love to claim it, but I put it in my holster one day. And it's like, oh, that's cool, So
all right, we were putting that on the box.
Right, we're putting that in the box, but yeah, we can't actually own that. But yeah, it does work that way. So yeah, it's all integrated in the shakedown lever, slightly extended. It's made out of 303 stainless steel. Pushes side to side, turns on and off.
Awesome. And that was the first thing I had a question when I seen this product. I was like, okay, how in the world did they turn this on? Because there's no, when you guys show the picture of the gun, there's nothing that shows of how to turn it on. It all looks stock. It still looks the same. But that's one thing I really liked about it is when I first picked up the gun, it's just natural to be able to turn it on like that. When you hold the gun, it's all right there. You don't have to fiddle or move your position at all.
Correct.
Which is nice.
Yep, and it allows you to keep your normal, your hands where they need to be on the gun, right? Some rail mounted lights, you're reaching forward with your finger, and you want your finger as close to that trigger, readily accessible to that trigger at all times, because if you ever do have to use it, heaven forbid, you don't want to be busy reaching for the light switch up in the front. It's got to be right there.
Yeah, exactly. So. Now, life expectancy.
Yeah. I'm Canadian. I can say that.
What is your life expectancy for this?
The actual rod?
For the rod itself, yeah.
So lifetime warranty on the rod against manufacturer defect. Now, if someone's taking a sawzall, cutting it in half, it can't help you on that. Okay. So lifetime against manufacturer on the rod. We've tested these to 46,000 rounds through them using 40 cal. 40 cal is a brutal round.
That's significant.
I've never seen another round of 40 cal in my life. But just be frank. Recoil spring has a 1 year.
Okay.
Obviously, we're a new company. We stand behind the product 100%. I carry it myself daily. I will bet my life on it, basically. So if you ever have an issue, my thing is just simply call us. We'll take care of it.
Perfect. Now with the lumens is 90, correct?
Correct. Yep.
And is that going to go up as time goes on? It's working to get more?
Like I said, we got 5 millimeters of real estate inside that rod. Developing technology that's small isn't something that happens overnight, obviously. And that was, this concept has always been out there. Okay. What really held it back was battery technology. Batteries just weren't small enough. And if they were small enough, they were stupid expensive where someone would have to spend $15 to replace the battery. That's a cost prohibitive expense, right?
Absolutely.
So what we did is we actually designed our own 9-volt battery. It's $5 to replace it. So it's cheap. Yeah, cheap. You look at your the A123s or whatever that you typically run, like your EOTechs or something like that. It's about $7 a battery. So we wanted to be less than that. So
now, what's the life expectancy on that battery?
So you're going to get 45 minutes constant on. So if you turn it on, you're running around in the dark. You probably shouldn't. Okay, but 45 minutes constant on. If you're actually using it like you should, turning it on and off, if you're clearing your room, etc., I'd have mine go for about 3 hours.
Awesome. It's very cool. Now, do you have anything else to add about these lights that you can share with followers and whatnot?
Biggest question I get is the on-off. It's all in your takedown lever, obviously. There's no gunsmithing required. So
that's huge.
It's huge. Yeah, you field strip your gun just like you clean it. You take out your old guide rod, put in arms, replace your takedown lever, and put that together, and you're carrying your piece. You're good. Perfect. So everything's made 100% in the USA. So our office is actually here in Metro Detroit area, and then Optics Planet, Brownells, Palmetto. Tons of dealers have them right now, so we're shipping out. We are working on some smaller models, so your 26s, your 42s, your 43s. We don't just throw something together and then release it. A lot of testing goes into it. Maybe 40,000 rounds.
I'm sure that takes some time.
It takes a minute, so.
And not many people that carry a gun like this and our EDC aren't going to be putting 40,000 rounds in their gun.
No, but I don't want to find a person that does.
No, it's true. It's nice to have that, to know that you have that in the back of your head that it's going to last that long.
Correct.
So awesome. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and run to the shoe house now, and we're really going to be able to test these and show you guys exactly how they work. So that was actually really fun to go up there and put that light through some different situations that I was able to here and actually be able to go through the shoot house. I really look forward to that green light because it was a little bit easier on my eyes and it almost seemed brighter. So I'm really looking forward to that one because I'm probably going to pick one up for another one of my Glocks and to do some tests on that one as well. If you guys would like your own dead point light, make sure you guys check out Dead Point Lights. And if you guys like this video, please like, comment, subscribe, share, and check us out on Instagram. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you.